Hold up. Wait a minute.
This is Carla Renata, aka the Curvy Critic, and I shoot straight from the hip.
Yeah, you know I'm always shooting straight from the hip.
Let's take a trip around the curve. Hey everybody, how you doing? The SAG Awards are happening as we speak. I was trying to come on here earlier, honey, but I couldn't get it together. But I'm here now and I'm all sparkly for you. If you have not tuned in before, I am Carla Renata, the Curvy Film Critic, and you have tuned into this podcast, The Curvy Critic with Carla Renata, where I do reviews and I talk to people above and below the line in the film industry. If you are on YouTube, click that bell for notification, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think. One way or another, honey, I can take it all. So I usually start the podcast off with what I did the week before or the days leading up. So on Friday, I met with I.O. Davis, who is a huge executive at Disney branded television. She treated us to a lovely dinner at Joyce in downtown LA. That was my place setting. I had to take a picture of it because it was so fallish and beautiful and pretty and whatnot. And then I made my way over to the Film Independent Spirit Awards, the 40th year for that celebration. And this is the first year without its president, Josh Welch. But Brenda Robinson, the acting president, did a wonderful job, and they did a lovely tribute to Josh at that event. I ran into Kelvin Harrison Jr., who you've seen me interview on this platform many times. I also ran into my good girlfriend, Sarah Jones, who is a Tony Award-winning playwright and a filmmaker and such. Also ran into this young lady. If you do not know her, get to know her. Her name is Queen Novine, and she was the voice of God or the live announce for the Film Independent Spirit Awards yesterday. You've heard her on the NFL honors. You've heard her on a plethora. She might even be doing the SAG Awards tonight as we speak. Then I headed on over to the Scripter Awards, where Conclave and Say Nothing won the big prizes, and these are the screenwriters that won those awards. And this was my place setting from the Scripter Awards. It was just so lovely. I had to take a picture of it. While that was going on, the NAACP Awards were happening around the weekend. And one of my favorites, Ramel Ross and Jocelyn Barnes, won Outstanding Writing for a Motion Picture, Nickel Boys, and Outstanding Directing for Ramel. Notori Naughton won Best Actress in a Limited Television Series for Abducted at an HBCU, a Black Girl Missing movie. Outstanding Limited Television Series went to Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist. Outstanding Animated Motion Picture went to Inside Out. Also winning last night was Cliff Method Man Smith for his role in Power Book 2, Ghost. Outstanding Performance by a Youth in a Motion Picture was Skylar Elise Smith for The Piano Lesson. Damon Wayans Jr. took home an award for Papa's House. Black Barbie took home the Documentary Award. Sing Sing took home the Independent Motion Picture Award. Outstanding Podcast went to my friends Sherry Shepard and Kim Whitley for Outstanding Podcast, Arts, Sports, and Entertainment. Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture went to Denzel Washington for Gladiator 2. And Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture went to Ebony Obsidian for 6888. 6888 also took home another award for its producer, Miss Kerry Washington. She was the Outstanding Actress in a Motion Picture. Love that for them. Also, Jennifer Hudson won Outstanding Talk Series and Outstanding Host. Queen Latifah won Outstanding Actress in a Drama Series. Quinta Brunson won Outstanding Actress in a Comedy Series. And Keke Palmer won Entertainer of the Year. Back over to the Spirit Awards. Adie Bryant from SNL was the host. Baby, she got it all the way in. I mentioned Nickel Boys, and they won a Film Independent Spirit Award for Best Cinematography. I was very excited for them for that. Also, Dee Dee won a couple of awards. It won one for Sean Wang as director, and it also won one for Best First Feature. My girl Natasha Rothwell took one home for her series, Best Ensemble, How to Die Alone on HBO, which recently got canceled. So this was a really sweet victory for them. And like I said, I didn't say this. Honora won a lot of awards. It won the Film Independent Spirit Award for Best Performance for Mikey Madison, Best Director, and Best Film. Nava Mao also won for her role in Baby Reindeer, and so did the cast of Baby Reindeer, including Richard Gao, who is Richard Gad, who created it from a one-man show that he did, and Netflix picked it up and made it into a series. Here is the cast of Shogun, who also took home the new scripted series award, and Black Hollywood, a documentary series on Netflix directed by Justin Simeon. He is surrounded there by his cast and crew, and they won the Best Documentary Award. So happy for them. Three Daughters, which is also on Netflix, took home an award. There are their three stars: Carrie Coon, Natasha Lyonne, and Elizabeth Olsen. And my girl, Kristen Milioti, is really having a win with the Penguin right now. She's taking home everything. I'm doing this fast and furious because I want y'all to watch the SAG Awards, and I'm going to give my predictions in five minutes plus. But before I get into them SAG Awards predictions, I want to talk a little bit about this movie that I saw called The Cleaner. You see Daisy Ridley in that picture right there. She is starring in The Cleaner. The Cleaner is directed by Martin Campbell. It's written by Simon Utley, and it's set in present-day London, where a group of radical activists take over an energy company's annual gala, seizing 300 hostages in order to expose the corruption of their host. Their just cause is hijacked by an extremist within their ranks who is ready to murder everybody in the building to send his anarch message to the world. Now, does that sound familiar? Of course it does, because it's basically the same premise to Die Hard. The Cleaner is like Die Hard with a window cleaner mixed with a little Lethal Weapon. That's what it is. And I'm going to come back on camera and talk a little bit more about it so that you can see me, because I'm very animated and I need you to see me for this one. The Cleaner is Die Hard with a little Lethal Weapon mixed in. It is. It centers around the sister and brother relationship. She has a brother that's a little special, but he's smart in a special way. He's really, really smart, and he's really good at hacking, and he ultimately helps her out of this jam that they're both in. And it resonated with me because it reminded me so much of my relationship with my brother. You know, her brother is upset that he left her to go do that she left him to go do some other things. And I left my brother to go to college, and I left my dad to go overseas to work to pay for college. And that was upsetting for him. So that really kind of resonated with me. Daisy Ridley is badass. Forget about her, and Sometimes I Think About Dying, but forget about her and The Woman in the Sea. She is more than a Jedi in Star Wars. I need y'all to recognize, and if you have not seen The Cleaner, you need to see it, because the enemy you know is always a little closer than you think. When we talk about terrorist groups, Taz Skylar as Noah is brilliant, and he's fine. Like, why is he so fine? Clive Owen is great in the film, but he's all too brief. And I love that women were in charge in this film. I love that Joey, played by Daisy Ridley, was the protagonist in the film. I love that the villain hacker, Z, played by Flavian Watson, was a female. I love that Superintendent Claire, who was the head of the police force there, Ruth Gomel, you largely know her, or she's largely known to American audiences from playing the matriarch in the Bridgerton family. So that is The Cleaner. You guys will love it. It is in theaters right now, and it stars Daisy Ridley. Another film I want to talk about very briefly before we get into the SAG Awards is Bridget Jones' Diary. Honey, I love Bridget Jones, but Bridget Jones is back with Mad About the Boy, and this is the fourth and final chapter to this film. Renee Zellweger is so freaking charming, and this film made us fall in love with her. In this chapter of the story, she has lost Colin, her husband. She ended up marrying her romantic lead. They had 2 children, and she is struggling with being a mom, a middle-aged mom, and a widow, and trying to get back out into the dating force. There's all these callbacks to all of the previous nods in the movie. There's lots of little Easter eggs that will bring you right back to all the other Bridget Jones movies. I really love this, and I'm really sad that it didn't get a lot more attention than it did, because I kind of stumbled upon it. I never even got an email about this one, but it was fun, fun, fun. Now let's talk about these SAG Awards, honey. So the SAG Awards are coming on right now as we speak, and I'm predicting a couple of things. I think what's going to happen with the SAG Awards is because the trajectory of it has been so all over the place. I think the SAG Awards are really going to be a great precursor to who's going to win the Oscar, because we're really trying to figure out who the Oscar winners are going to be, right? So this is what I'll say about that. I'm predicting that leading role by a male actor in the film is going to go to Adrian Brody. He's been sweeping. He's hardly been upset in that category. I'm going to say that outstanding performance by a female in a leading role, it's a horse race between Demi Moore in The Substance and Mikey Madison in Honora. And Honora is like the little film that could. It's been picking up steam. But actors love a good comeback story. They may go with Pamela Anderson. Musical theater heads may go with Cynthia Erivo. I mean, I said what I said, but we don't really know how that one's going to turn out. I think that outstanding performance by a male in a supporting role in a film is going to Kieran Culkin. He has unceremoniously been winning in that regard. I think outstanding performance by a female actor in a supporting role, it probably may go to Zoe Saldana. But again, because of the stuff that's been happening with Amelia Perez, it possibly could go to, I don't know, Jamie Lee Curtis. It could go to Danielle Deadweiler. It could go to Ariana Grande. That's another one where I'm not quite sure how it's going to play out. Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture is more than likely going to go to either Honora or Wicked or Conclave, I think. And I think they did give out an award for outstanding stunt ensemble in a motion picture beforehand. The stunt ensemble in a TV series went to Shogun, and the stunt ensemble in motion picture went to The Fall Guy. So that award was given out on the red carpet. And I think the best picture, let me see, I think I got them all. I think the best picture is probably going to be, it's going to either be Conclave, Wicked, or Amelia Perez. We don't know how it's going to turn out, but we're going to watch the SAG Awards right now, and we're going to find out. And then I'll do a live on Instagram or something so we can talk about it a little further. All right. So that is it for this edition of the Curvy Critic with Carla Renata, because your girl got to go watch the SAG Awards with Kristen Bell hosting right now. When I come back next week, it'll be Oscar Sunday. I'm definitely going to come back online early for Oscar Sunday. I'm doing an Oscar Awards special for Sky TV, so be on the lookout for that. It'll be online somewhere. And then I'll have interviews with the cast of Dope Thief, including Brian Tyree Henry, and I'll have an interview with Spirit Award winner Natasha Rothwell, where she'll be talking about The White Lotus and some other things. All right, y'all, that is it. Oh, I did that in less than 15 minutes. I am so proud of myself. Anywho, love, peace, and hair grease until the next time. I love y'all. If you saw this in real time or if you see it later, it's all good in the hood. Give me a like, honey, and click that bell for the notifications. This is your girl, the Curvy Critic, signing off. Love, peace, and hair grease, and deuces until the next time.
Hold up. Wait a minute. I wish you love, peace, and